Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the OK Noble Dev YouTube channel. And this is another Unity Indie Game Devlog. It's a little mini one. And we're going over the final obstacle I'm making for this game. I mean, obviously it's not a final decision, but I think it's going to be the final one. And it's an interesting one, so stay tuned. It is called the Jailbox. So if you haven't seen this game before, it's a game where you dodge enemies, and that's about it, honestly. That's all you need to know. You can't attack them, and you have to go through 100 stages. The game's called the 100 stage dodge game. It's pretty self-explanatory. So how does this obstacle work? First, we'll just mention that it's an obstacle that will follow the player as you're seeing on the screen, and it's only as the player is close. So it will follow only the player, not enemies. It will follow the player if the player is a certain distance away. But the main point of the obstacle is to capture whatever it comes into contact with, because it's like the jail box or whatever. Not Jack in the Box, jail box. Anyway, it holds you in the cell for like a few seconds, and then it's like kind of like spits you out a little bit. That includes the player and the enemies, which you're seeing on screen. And as you can see, the color of the jail box depends on if it's a player, like the outline. Depends on if it's a player or a normal enemy, which would be blue, and a rage mode enemy, which is like a transformed, powered up state of the regular enemy, would be red, and then the player, green. So when the player comes into contact, it normally something you would expect with something that kind of traps the player, it would be like it slows down the player, but it doesn't. It doesn't slow down the player, and it doesn't slow down the enemies. That's something I've been trying to do with the game since like the beginning, pretty much. I never wanted to really slow down the player ever. Little design philosophy, I guess. I don't know. But what you can't do when you're in this captured state is use any abilities. But there's a benefit as well. The player is unable to take damage. So you're basically invincible for a few seconds. So while it's technically an obstacle, it's one that's generally good for the player, at least for right now. Maybe I'll add more downsides or something like that. But if you're enjoying this video, support the channel, and I'll appreciate it. That's it. That's all we're going with. We'll get straight back into it. For enemies, I think because it doesn't really do too much right now. I still need to add the part where it disables the enemy's abilities. But I do want to. I was thinking maybe add something where there's like leftovers, I guess, once the box is destroyed or something like that, and it kind of leaves like a damaging particle thing or something like that. If it captured an enemy, that might be an interesting thing to add, just to add a little bit more to the ability or add a little bit more to the obstacle. But one thing I really want to do is, as you can see, there's some cool knockback, I guess. I kind of want to, part of me wants to turn that up to 11 and just have it be like bumper carts or something like that. And that would be hilarious. So that's it for this devlog. That's all in terms of the progress I've made. If you made it through and enjoyed the video, you can play the game for yourself. In the description, there's a link. And if you want me to make continued progress on the game consistently, then support the channel and check out the last few devlogs where I go over another obstacle and another enemy, which is a mimic enemy. Now, I tried making this video a bit different, so if you notice kind of a difference in how this video was done, like editing or anything like that, then I guess you know why, because that was purposeful. A few other things I can mention real quick. So about the daily challenge. So when I said like tomorrow, like I meant like tomorrow, right? I didn't mean when I said like see you tomorrow, that's when I'm gonna start the challenge. I meant like
I'm gonna start the challenge tomorrow, right? And you know, like.
And when I said daily, you know, I meant like. Let's go over a couple comments real quick. I do want to have like this last section of like every video, maybe just a little bit more personal. Because I keep saying personal. That's my new word now. Anyway, let's just read the comments real quick. Fennec Fu says, "Thanks for the cringe warning at the end. Looking forward to your challenge videos, and it would be cool to the story to be added to your game." Yeah, about that challenge thing. Indie, it's 3:19 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. Then I hear, "Okay, Noble Dev singing." I had to be awake at this time. If you didn't see last video, I guess you could go see it. I mean, the last few videos are probably pretty important, and I like the past 2 devlogs too. Just watch all the videos, even if they're not very good. Yes to more jokes, and I replied, right? And I just had to say I was the first. I guess that was the first joke. Like that just seemed like a very fitting reply. And she says, "No, don't make me wait." She's referring to me making an impression of me doing an impression of her. Give me a little time to practice. All right. I'm not trying to completely make fun of you. And putting it here, so if I need to listen again, yeah, that's a little song cover quotations that I did, and I won't even go more into it. About the challenge, I know you could do it. You got this. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video.